Hi everyone, welcome to the HA7 little lab class. I want to go over just today one simple little installation of electric strike and with the HA7. Very simple. What we have is in the manual on page 37, you got a layout of this board. And what it's showing is a terminal strip located right here that you wire your accessories and example electric strike and push buttons or key fobs or what have you. You wire that all into this area here. But today we're only going to talk about on this video is electric strike. And what I got here is an electric strike. Fail secure means when it has no power on it that it's always locked, and I can prove that right here. I can unbolt it or uncouple it, and it's locked. It will not allow the latch or the lock to open or swing with the door, so it's fail secure. This particular model can be configured fail safe or fail secure. Fail secure is no power, it's locked. Fail safe is when you lose your residential power or commercial building power, that this thing goes into the unlock mode. So it's up to you on your application how you need this thing to work. Fire rating requires that it's fail secure. So we want to keep those doors locked or closed or latched, not locked, but mostly latched. So we can contain the building fire if there is one, God forbid. So very simple. We can look at this lock. We trained our door operator, which is in other videos. We've done that and everything. What we want to do is set up our lock and wire it into our plug-in here. Now if you can if you can see this plug-in, I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. Just comes right out from the board, and it does have nomenclature wordage on here that tells you what to wire and how it goes. And what we have is a lot positive and a lot negative, and that's these two, this red black wire, and that's coming from my strike. And so we're going to zoom in a little more here. I'm not sure if I can get it as good as we need it to be, but if you do take it off, you can see. I'm going to set that aside, and what you can see, maybe we can see it with the photo here. We have this, that's the terminal strip. You can look in the manual and get your reference to your grounds and your 24 volts out, your lock. You can see the lock positive and lock negative right there, so you can do that. I also have another handy piece of little wiring diagram here that maybe you can see. We've taken and took the terminal strip, cross-labeled it, and kind of put where maybe you want push buttons or electric strikes to go in case you need that. Also, once we connect our wires, which is just two wires, we need to determine if this strike is 24 volts or 12 volts. This particular strike will go either 12 or 24, and that tells me they have actually 12 volts listed on the wiring diagram, so that's the wire I chose. The HA7 will come, it will also do 12 or 24 volts out. Come default, it's 12 volts. So default is 12 volts, and this is on page 44. And on page 44, it also tells you in the manual that it will do 12 is the default, or it will do 24. And you do that, you can change on the HA7 the voltage configuration simply by going into your app. I'm not sure if I'm getting that exactly right or how it needs to be, but here we see we're set at 12 volts. I can go back into here and do 24. It's also, this is after the fact, but during setup, the app will ask you, do you have any locking hardware? And it will ask you, is it 12 or 24? And it will ask you, is the lock, your strike, is it locked without power or is it locked with power? So it gets it right up front and gets it in there for you. So I configured my strike. I got 12 volts. My operator set at default to put out 12 volts. I wired it into the lock, positive and negative. And I'm going to plug that back in. Very simple. And without crowding the field here, I didn't hook up any key fobs or anything like that. That's the next video. But what I'm simply doing is for activation, I just got a jumper. And we can watch, we will see. I'm going to zoom back out a little bit. Here's the arm connected to the door operator. We will see that move. We will see the strike let go, and then the door operator move once I activate it. So here we go. If I can just jump it up. It's unlocked, and the door operator takes off. It's locked back, so it's ready for that door to come back and relatch. And we can hear it coming back, and we heard the lock relock. It's back engaged again, so it's ready for the next cycle. We can also have a parameter where we can set how long we'd like this thing to stay unlocked during the cycle. I think I got it on like 2 seconds. So I hit the button, it unlocks, and then for 2 seconds it's going to stay unlocked. And probably when the door is 25% open, going through the open cycle, it will relock. You can play around with those parameters. There's plenty to select from as far as electric strike and electric locking hardware. So just real clear, your door operator comes in 12 volts for output for strikes or locks. I bought a multi-volt strike from HES, and it is configured at 12 volts. And so that's that. And during the operation setup, I told it I had an electric strike. I told it what voltage. I told it what that I liked it to be fail secure, meaning with no power it's locked all the time. And then I did my learning cycle, and I'm off and running. And that's how you do a electric strike on the HA7 Entrematic slimline door operator.